last time you fought a giant snake and a bunch of Zentrum, and then the Xanathar sent a goblin to send a message in front, and now there is a giant cyclops that you're dealing with.
Nice.
And there are bodies everywhere.
Everywhere.
I forget to mention that, but there's a giant snake running through the the floor here. There's bugbears, there's Duragar, there's Zentrum, there's just bodies strewn everywhere.
This is a normal Friday, man.
And I think Torin is down. Collapsed giant Torin.
It's torn down.
I brought him back
Yeah,
to
I'm at
one
one
hit
point.
point.
Oh, okay.
Oh, true. He is
Near death.
sustained,
Saved me.
but knocked out. Okay. Well, combat. Okay. Well, it is Torin's turn, so I guess we'll change the initiative. Do you guys see the initiative order?
Yeah.
Yes. Ever since I learned how to right click on the fist.
Yeah.
Cool, yeah. Right click.
Change
Right click the
life.
fist.
Cool. So yeah, this giant cyclops is bearing down on you guys in the doorway here, kind of blocking the area. A bunch of rubble lies in the tunnel behind him. You guys dealt with the few of the beholder-like beings. V's, I believe, shot some people and now is staring down or staring up at this giant cyclops with a club.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah. Cool. So I think it's V's turn. Game on pause.
Alright, well, I have a fire in my belly, so I'm going to spin around and take just a little half step backwards and then spew dragon's breath all over these two blokes.
Okay. I think this one, oh yeah, this one's just barely alive. This other
They have to make a
beholderish.
DC 13
Excellent.
dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Is that in the chat? I'll
I
just.
can put it there, but it's not in the chat, I don't
Oh, okay. Ooh. Cyclops
dex
takes
save.
full. Beholder-like. Spectator. Spectator makes it, but it's half damage otherwise.
Yep, they still take half.
Okay. You smolder this spectator as I think it was looking really bad beforehand. I forget who dealt a lot of damage before, but it goes up in flames.
I smashed
Oh
it
yeah,
with a
you bonked
nut.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think some other people threw some stuff as well.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Was it two,
this.
I
How do you blow the fire out of your mouth with the potion?
Yes, since
Exhale.
Since it's from the potion, I'll just exhale and it spews out in a spiraling gout of dragon breath. I feel like a little dragon and I kind of smirk a bit.
Nice. Cool. And Cyclops takes oh no, it takes full.
Takes full
Let
damage.
me
So
check.
13 fire damage.
Nice.
Okay. Youch. Yeah, this spectator goes like panicking while it's on fire, bounces off the walls a bit, and then lies dead on the ground. Its eyes roll in the back of its head, and its tongue lolls out.
Alright, and then Shifty will turn into a very long, very curved, very jagged blade, and we're going to make a couple of sword swipes at this big dude with a sword as
Nice.
big as he is.
Yeah, the Cyclops is panicking a little bit as this fire is at its feet, and burns him a little bit.
After having a bit of fun breathing that dragon's breath, I'm going to focus on these attacks.
Cool.
My dice do not work today. It doesn't
I
work with
see
3D
'em.
dice.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I didn't see him either.
Oh no.
That's
But either way, two
That's all.
25s to hit.
Jesus. Neither hit. No, just joking.
Special assault
Armored
ability.
legs. Yeah.
Okay. These are
Cool.
These are great sword attacks, so I figured we'd try that.
Jeez.
Holy
Crap.
Nice, big damage. Slice into his shin.
Cleft in twain.
Alright,
Yeah.
so a total of 37 slashing damage, some of it is piercing, and 4 radiant damage to the beast,
Ooh.
to this brute.
Nice. I think you slash off one of its legs, just like completely. It is barely holding on as he has this bleeding stump as it almost falls. The whole cavern kind of shakes as it goes to like one knee, basically. Krandren, it is your turn.
Okay,
This
let's hope
guy's
I
looking
could.
pretty bad. I'll say
Yeah,
this
let's-
guy's basically prone at this point,
Yes,
more or less prone.
I've sliced
Is
out the...
okay? Is he prone though? That might change what I do. So
Yeah, I'll call it prone. He falls, basically to hands and knees.
I've sliced out the jugular in one of his ankles. Go get him!
okay, going in for the kill. Krandren will take 10 feet of movement, and he will take out this very fancy new rapier that he's got, and he will
Nice.
go for kill. Let's see. Attack at advantage.
That is definitely enough to do it. You wanna
A million.
roll all the numbers? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just went through for me.
Does
All right,
25
so-
still
25.
hit?
There you go.
Oh hell yeah. Damage.
All these 25s.
So let's see.
Too bad his AC's only 24.
Plus my sneak attack.
Neck.
All right. So,
Nice.
like to finish off as he's falling, just push like the rapier straight up and go straight through his eye.
Nice.
The
Yeah, the
black
classic. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think you pull out the rapier and the eye plops out as well, and he
Oh.
falls to the ground. And he, with a giant thud, the whole cavern shakes a little. There's like a second where you might think something else might tumble down, but eventually, it quiets down, and the vault is once again put into silence. If everyone wants to roll perception checks.
Okay. Is this sight based?
Oh,
No,
wait,
this
hold
is
on.
hearing now.
Okay.
By the way,
I have something with sight-based stuff now too.
Okay.
where's Badu?
Where is Badu?
Didn't he
let's
fall
see.
off a cliff at one point
Helping me
and
fight
you?
this,
Yeah.
the snake and the thing that tried to defend the snake.
Yeah.
Maybe he accidentally got.
I don't think he got-
somewhere. Oh,
I
isn't
don't
he
think he got
under
down.
someone? I have
Snake
no
and
idea.
friend of
Oh, he was
snake.
under the spectator somehow.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I would like to,
There he
I
is.
would like to
oops, in
triumphantly
combat.
jump on top of the dead Cyclops and stand between his shoulder blades and
Nice.
just survey the my companions.
Mm-hmm. With all those perception checks, this place is eerily put into more silence than you've heard in a while. You no longer hear as much thudding coming from down the tunnel. It feels like this may be the last of the push into the vault.
It's too quiet. Let me break this up a bit, and I'll shoot Jarlaxle's corpse with the gun.
Bang!
Oh,
Yep,
man.
he stays dead. You hear a slight pain sound. He was faking being dead. No, just joking. He's very dead.
Some dedication and
Yeah,
through.
I was trying to triple deceive you. Cool. Yeah, this place is quite silent at the moment. It's up to you guys what to do next.
Good work, Krandren. With the final blow on that Cyclops, set him up and knock him down, eh?
Of course. Do we think that's the end of it?
There's got to be more people outside.
I'll say, hopefully, you're out of breath. Would you like to take a breather? This is just a morning jog. What do you mean?
I think it's been a long day for a lot of us. Just
He's kind of like hopping up and down on each foot, just kind of keeping pace so she's ready to go.
Torin and Gur look pretty bad, and this place looks even worse, I think.
Torin's
Yeah.
just laying there on his back, and he's like he's just like groaning in pain.
I can't patch them up any more than I already have.
Do we have any potions left?
Yeah,
Nope.
I got some. Just give me a minute.
I also have something needed. So,
I gave
I'm
my
okay with just,
potions to Gur.
Taking a nap. Yeah, thanks, by the way. I really needed them.
I feel like this thing's gonna collapse on us.
Well, hang on, gang. If we're all feeling, if you're feeling stretched thin, recall that Oranax told us about that special anvil upstairs. We can go up there, bang on it, and our wounds will be dressed and our strength returned.
Yeah, that's a good point.
it's
Idea.
true.
We just don't know what's waiting for us up there.
No, it's just an anvil. I thought Ebyn and I poked our heads in. It didn't seem dangerous.
I just mean as far as more enemies, more bad guys. This can't. I mean,
I feel like they would have had to have gone past us. to
alarm
get there.
bells have
So-
to be going off. I mean, this has been quite a thing.
Well, if we head up and more show up, at least that way we have the high ground.
Yes.
Are we gonna
Perhaps we
try
could-
to do anything with this gold, or are we just gonna leave it for the city?
I mean,
I am of
No.
the opinion that we perhaps not necessarily leave it for the city, but definitely give it to the city. It's certainly it certainly rightfully belongs to the city as a whole. We should return it.
With our own cut, of course.
a finder speak.
I agree that it's not ours to just take, but certainly we do deserve some of it. Our our initial take would have been criminal as it is, given the person we were hired to do this by. What's a few 100,000 more gold?
Well,
I'm sorry, you lost me. What are we talking about again?
The gold?
Perhaps
Oh.
we should check how much is actually there.
we can. I think we can ask Oranax. He's probably counted it several times.
Not much else to do in there, I guess.
Will dragons eat gold? Has he just been eating the gold stash, like, as time goes on? Is that how that works?
I think he's been chomping on those gemstones.
Oh, dragons eat gemstones. Got it. Got it.
I never knew that.
Are we all?
So-
Are we all accounted for? Is everyone able to stand up?
Torin just gonna be a huge glowing thing forever?
I go over and kick
For
Torin
a
in the
while.
bottom of his in the bottom of his boots. Get up.
Yeah,
Go. Get up, you
Torin.
oaf.
Feeling kind of sluggish, but you get back up. How long does this last? An hour of big mode?
2 hours.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I
you
remember
rolled
right.
for it.
Yeah,
I don't think you can choose to unbig
I
yourself.
don't think I can either.
Yeah, you're kind of stuck big for 2 hours.
Can we
Sounds like Torin wouldn't mind.
make our way trepidatiously across that crumbly bridge? Like I'll fly over anyone that needs to be flown, or climb a rope or whatever. We get
Yeah.
to the anvil place and we bang on the anvil and do the thing that Ornax said would help us.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. If everyone's down with that, I'll take you
Yep.
over there. I'm not gonna make you
Yo.
flip things, so you can take time. To...
Krandren flies over as well. But
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. You all
Just,
go over.
just in case anything weird does happen.
Holy
I'll-
crap!
I'll-
What the heck was that?
I'll do the honors.
What the heck am I hearing? It was a weird
we-
jump scary sound.
What?
I didn't do it.
from who? What?
Oh, never mind. It was like
Oh, I didn't hear a
token.
thing.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, you get into the room. You see these anvils held by dwarves, like carved into the side of the wall, and you realize that you can like pull them off from their like hands, and yeah, so you have these hammers.
All right.
So do you hit the anvil?
Here, close the door just to make sure that this magic doesn't revive the entire floor down there.
Oh my god. Okay. And then you hit it.
Yes.
I'm guessing. Cool. Yeah, you pick it up and ring it against the anvil in the center of the room there. And everyone can take the equivalent of the long rest.
Yahoo!
Oh,
Oh wow.
Long,
Good.
even I get my rages
Everything.
back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everything back.
dude, it's fucking over. It's over, dude.
Got my saving face back, and now I can't fly. Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, as you ring it against the anvil, this like white kind of magic just spreads out, encompassing the whole room, and kind of washes over your bodies, and you all feel rested, all your aching limbs, and from fighting nonstop for probably an hour now, on and off at least. It's probably been an hour or so since you entered in.
I would love to take a long rest, but I click on
what's
the
that?
button and nothing happens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think there's some lag going on.
we're gonna see that
There's a big
long
fat
rest
phony.
happen like 5 more times.
We're gonna
If
spam it,
I-
and it's all gonna happen at one time.
Oh,
I'm gonna get back to 400 health.
As...
Oh, it might be me lagging. Weird.
All right.
I still have a loading bar at the top. Just wait.
Same.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
mine's
It-
on.
It finally popped up for me.
Okay.
Did it show up in the chat or?
Like the
Okay.
pop-up window.
All right.
Yeah, nothing's happening for me.
As soon as everyone is looking
Well, it's not
healthy
that important.
and their wounds and such are looking alright, and we're satisfied that the magic has taken effect, I'd like to find out what that cacophonous noise is.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm putting cookies away and then I had to go. Sorry.
My golly, I wasn't prepared for such loud magic.
It's just enclosed loudspeakers magic.
Alright, well, as soon as everything looks okay, I would like to run out the door and very, very paranoia. In a bout of paranoia, check on Jarlaxle and make sure he's still dead.
Yeah, you see him there.
Alright, I shoot him.
Bang!
God damn.
Just desecrating this
very,
corpse.
yeah, it's very loud in this giant vault. It like echoes just the sound of a gunshot. Make sure you mark these bullets.
He's
I,
got
think
very
you have
sick
20.
and slept for 4 days straight.
Oh my god, the lag.
Oh, okay. Finally
Uh,
popped up. Rest.
Yeah, I'll long rest. I'll mark it for Gur.
Yep.
There you go.
I am a
We had to put these
I'm
in
at
meta-
16.
Whoa! Oh god.
Yep.
16 days.
Can I?
It's been 84 years.
Can I? I can't see down this tunnel, but can I just take a moment, take a deep breath, calm myself, and listen real hard, and like cup my ear towards this tunnel? Is there anything that I can hear? Is there anyone approaching us?
The center tunnel.
Yes.
It doesn't seem so at the moment. You can roll a perception check just to see if you pick up on anything else.
11.
More than anything, you notice that the rumbling that was like, at one point like shaking the whole vault, you can barely feel anything. You're not sure if you can even feel anything rumbling the ground anymore. Whatever was rumbling the ground seemed to stop.
Okay. Oh,
for the most part.
I'll call out to call out to the rest of the party, gentlemen. I believe the worst is over. We've weathered the storm.
So,
Think-
get the gold and leave now? We not be underground anymore? Honestly, it sucks down here.
Smelly. Damp.
I think
All the bodies everywhere.
Am I the only one in the world now? Everyone else is on, like, is in that one floor.
Oh, you
Why
got
am I
like-
here?
Oh,
Got left
oops.
behind. That's rough, buddy.
Krandren got lost. Yeah, everyone is in that
Guys?
anvil room.
Oh, you
Krandren
just-
loading screen.
You said you were gonna fly here. We just assumed you were already here.
So we should go speak to the dragon.
Actually, Mosk shouldn't even be here. He got blowed up.
Oh yeah. Sorry about
Poor guy.
that.
This is what's happening to Krandren.
And backwards a long jump.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. What's the goal now? After the anvil room.
Yes, I agree. We should go. We should go report to Aranax. He's on our side after all, and he deserves an appraisal of the situation. He also is kind of guarding the gold, so if we are apt to relieve him of it and his job, we'll have to inform him that his
Nice.
services are over.
I wonder what he wants. If he wants to keep guarding the gold, then certainly we should let him, but maybe he wants to be free of his duty.
He does seem rather regretful, doesn't he?
That duty.
I can't imagine staying underground for this long and having wings like that. Just why would you intentionally imprison yourself? Even if it was for a promise, I
I think I can
think he
answer.
would want to leave.
I think I can answer at least part of that, Krandren. You see, since the moment I stepped foot in this city, the mark that Lord Bahamut has bestowed me has been acting up. My arms have been feeling tired, sore, itchy, but now that I'm down here, I feel quite spry, and I feel like an entire weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I'm sure that Oranax feels the same. I believe it's tied to draconic energies and draconic power. I read that in the Enchiridion that Volo gave me.
The presence of gold that's just sustained him for this time?
No,
So-
there's an effect over Waterdeep. I read in the Enchiridion that bars or prevents or otherwise keeps dragons away, keeps dragons out.
Then can he leave?
We'll find out.
So to get to Aranax, the bridge is kind of broken.
Mhm.
So,
That's right.
Yeah. Krandren, did you say your flight ran out?
If
Or is it?
we, I mean, it lasts an hour, and if we, I don't know what the situation
Yeah.
is with banging the hammer, and it's
It's really quick. I mean, the second you hit it, like.
okay. I just didn't know if it affected any like spell effects, stuff like
Mm,
that.
Yeah, it does not act as it canceled them or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Then he could still fly
yeah.
for a while.
Yeah,
Because
I'd
he's
say
only taking it at
15.
the start of all the combats. So
Yeah, I'd say like 15, 30 minutes, somewhere around there.
Can I get a
Okay.
lift?
oh, of course. I guess we just have to ferry people across. And then he looks at Torin. Maybe
Yeah.
you could climb. That should be easy for you, right?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna be carrying me.
You might have to just wait outside. I don't know if you can
That's
make it down
fine.
the
I don't
stairs.
think I can even fit down those stairs
Yes,
anymore.
exactly. You read my
So-
mind.
I'll just hang out down here.
Don't
Cool.
worry,
Really loud if
Badu
it
will
is.
keep you company. He's too heavy to be flown over. Oh, never mind. Badu just came over.
Oh, true. Well, I mean, between V's and Krandren, you think you could do it? It's up to you whether you want to.
Krandren's not gonna help.
Yeah, I was
He's
gonna
got
say. I think that depends. I think that depends
eight-
completely on V's.
8 strength, baby.
I'm looking at Badu and I'm looking at Krandren's inverted muscles, and I don't think.
Cool. You guys make your way down the steps, and RNX is still there, now more attentive, looking around. Notices you guys walk in. Shaking stopped.
Yep.
Giant Cyclops.
Seems it has passed.
Great one, we are victorious.
You think so?
I really hope
Apparently,
so.
at least.
I'm exhausted.
Any word from any officials? Anyone else come in?
No, not
No.
yet. The
To be
Everybody
fair, we
in
did-
is dead, so
Yeah, we did kind of blast everybody who stepped foot inside the cavern.
they could have been officials. I don't know.
Everyone
Well,
I
has
don't think
a
so.
preference.
Let's think of it this way. Some very powerful mages must be aware of where we are right now. If they wanted to be here, I think they would be here.
Yeah, what's up with that? Where's the Open Lord of Waterdeep?
Well, the vault is protected from magics that would bring you in to the vault itself.
At least they can't
Transportation and
teleport it
whatnot.
outside.
Yeah, but there's not even like guards or any soldiers being sent down here. It's just a bunch of thugs and gangsters, and a giant snake, and an ogre cyclops.
Well,
thing.
who knows how much paperwork is probably required for them to mobilize their soldiers in order to get down here, and they're probably gathering all of their buckets.
Who are
Lame.
you guys kidding? Anyways, this city is the most worthless government entity that's ever existed.
If we've learned,
That's
Who
why
are
I'm
they
talking
gonna
about
send?
bureaucracy, of course.
if
So-
we've learned
all
anything,
point
we've learned
fingers
that the
at each
gods
other.
are always late.
Guards are always late. Most of them don't show up.
I think it would be best if we started the process. How about that?
Well, I assume whatever happened up there is, well, over or something if they're not banging down the vault anymore.
What do you want us to do? What do you want to happen?
Well, the way I see it, this gold has been sitting here for too long. I have had a long time to think about this, and, well, it doesn't seem right anymore. This gold being owed to one family, it's just not the right way of handling things. I think that it should be given back to the city, and especially to the people. I want to make sure that everyone knows that this gold is going to them.
You give this over to the officials of Waterdeep, the people will not see a penny of it.
That's a good point.
That may be true, but, well, we have to have faith in something. If it's not Waterdeep, then what is it?
Perhaps we distribute it to the people ourselves, with you at the helm.
I think people might be more inclined to listen to someone like yourself.
An axe for Open Lord.
I don't know if they've ever had a dragon open lord. I don't think they even know that there's a dragon in Waterdeep at the moment.
You can
There's a
always go
brass
back to
dragon
your
over it.
niveau 4.
Wait, do you have a human form? You were a dwarf before. Can you just change into anything else, or does it have to be specifically that dwarf?
That is a good question.
Humanoid,
I believe they
sorry.
can shapeshift.
I believe
into
they
whatever
can
want,
shapeshift
don't
at
they?
any time.
Change shape. Yeah. Yeah, they can look like any other beast. No higher than its own. Beast or humanoid.
So basically, whatever it wants. So,
I could change forms to other things, but not sure how that helps the situation.
Horse.
Yeah.
If you wanted to possibly accompany us to the entrance and maybe speak to whatever leadership is gathering out front, it might be easier to enforce what you want.
With that, he will transform.
Ornax, we are with you. We believe that this wealth should be distributed to the denizens of Waterdeep rather than ensuring that, or rather than giving it directly to the lords and ladies. If we give it to the nobles, then as Grumbo said, the regular people will never see a shot of it.
Well, the hope is that they will distribute it somehow. If everybody knows about the location of this vault, it's not as easy to hide these things in paperwork and whatnot.
I think I know who you should give it to.
Hmm?
But it'll involve you taking a little bit of ownership of the gold. Not that you haven't, but maybe you should get all of the guilds together that employ most of the citizens of Waterdeep, and you use the money to enrich people that way, rather than giving it to nobles and lords and officials. Give it.
I can definitely argue for such a thing, and that seems to make sense to me. Waterdeep has been running on the guild rules for as long as it's been created, just about.
That's an excellent idea.
Yeah, our next will hop off this pool of gold and look back at it, and he looks a bit sentimental as he's looking at this giant pile of gold.
How much money is in here anyway?
Let me double check the exact number here.
Do we know where this money came
twice
from?
since we've been gone, right? But he knows.
500,000 dragons. I've counted it countless times. You'd be surprised what a relationship you can have with a giant pile of money. A long time.
Tell me less.
Not think about that one too much.
Just weird silence.
The rest of the precious gems.
Well, there's a few scattered here. He'll lead you over. Unfortunately, well, I'm going to at least vouch that was my take of the transaction.
Take whatever you'd like.
That sounds fair.
Yeah, so as he leads you here, there is a bunch of scattered gems here. It's hard to tell exactly how much this would be, but you'd say at least maybe 10,000 gold or so. There are different qualities of gems and whatnot.
But he's saying he's keeping those?
Yeah, he's basically saying that he got paid with, like, this is his cut of the, like, things.
We don't need to steal from you, friend. Not that we need to steal from anybody. Yeah, take it.
Well, I suppose might as well see what's happening above ground.
Have we checked the area? Like, there's no magic items in here. It's just like mundane gold and jewels and stuff. But
yeah, well, unfortunately, it seems like there is nothing else but gold and gems.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing else in the stash here. Cool. Arnex will begin to move towards the stairs and look for everyone to, if they want to follow.
Yeah, I'll hop over with a spring in my step.
Should we bring something with us to, as a form of proof that all of this is down here?
I think that...
The dragon?
Well, just looking at him right now doesn't necessarily mean anything, but just saying that.
Oh, who we really want down here, anyways.
What's that?
What's the plan? Are we just certainly? If we just go up and we say, "Oh yeah, the coast's clear and all the gold's sitting down there waiting for you to take it," I don't think the officials of Waterdeep are gonna leave it down here.
Oh, definitely not. But I assume if things have cleared up, well, I'm guessing some sort of officials are up there. Either that or who knows.
Maybe we should make a deal amongst ourselves, and we should try to get as much of the gold out of here as possible. Not for us to keep. For us to keep from the officials just claiming.
Trust fund the city, if you will.
What's to stop the officials from just imprisoning all of us as soon as we get out there and taking the gold?
V's raises her hand.
Well, sure, but we can't just fight our way out of Waterdeep.
An adult dragon as well. So
I say we try to get the gold out.
I mean,
if you don't want to, that's fine. I won't push the subject. I
no,
think it's in our interest.
I think that's reasonable, especially since we got tricked into thinking that we had the backing of the Open Lord. Open Lord probably doesn't see too kindly to us in the first place now.
I think if we want any say in where this gold goes, if we leave it down here and surrender it to Waterdeep, it's not going to go anywhere we want it to.
Well, how are we going to transport it?
I have a giant portable hull.
Okay.
And well, it's 6 by 10. By my calculations, it could hold the majority of these coins, and then some.
Alright.
Okay, well let's start shoveling it into your...
Arnax, could you help us out filling this hole?
Well, I have to say, little gnome, if this is somehow a ploy in order to steal this money, I wouldn't look both ways if I were to torch you.
Let me just say this, and I think
ways?
my companions could vouch for me. I'm not incredibly covetous when it comes to money. I just really, really hate the government of Waterdeep. They're awful. And I don't think they need this gold. So
It's true.
as much as I'd like to just sit on a big pile of gold, way, way more than that, I just don't want the Waterdeep officials to do.
he already believes he's extremely rich.
Yeah! Well, I don't need much.
Worst case scenario, he buys a bunch of drugs again.
Yeah. I don't have many years left anyways. I couldn't even spend all the gold.
I think we would know better than to mess with you. Yes. So,
He spent 10 gold on pancakes, Warlock. I can vouch for his generosity.
Yeah, he'll eye Grumbo deep in his Grumbo eyes. And are you lying?
No.
Okay. He would try to inside check, but
incredibly foolish.
No, yeah.
Cool.
I could probably deceive him, but I'm not lying.
Oh,
yeah.
Don't try, please. Don't.
So
we're all gonna die.
Yeah. So the idea is to throw the portable hull on the ground and then like shovel all the
Yeah, the
gold
portable
into
hole
it.
opens up to a 6 by 10 hole, and then we can fill it up with all the gold, and then when it collapses, it loses all its weight, and we can just carry it out.
Right. Was there anything in the hole in the first place?
I don't think so. Let's check.
Perhaps
Yeah.
that was
I'll stick
Jarlaxle's
my head in
plan
the portable
to begin
hole.
with. So
Not that I can't just see.
How does it work? Is it like bag of holding where there's where
It's
it's like you have to call upon the things or like think of them to pull them out, or
I thought he could
honestly,
just step
isn't
in
it
it.
something like that?
The-
I
That was a
think
little
that you
different.
can just look into it and it's a giant hole full of whatever you have.
Mhm.
Dang, what if it's full of
Um,
snakes? And like you stick your head in it
Yeah.
and it's just snakes.
Always was.
Vault of snakes. Yeah, I think you look in it. I think it is actually left empty at the moment. Maybe there was some sort of plan involving this thing,
Have to imagine.
keeping it empty.
I'm gonna open it up and put it in front of the pile of gold and ask Arnax if he can perhaps change into a larger form to help push all
Yeah.
this in.
Cool. Yeah. If everyone is on board, Arnax will change
Okay.
into his bigger self, and he will like sweep his wings, and a lot of the gold will go shoveling into the thing, pouring into this portable hole, and with a little help from shoveling bits, eventually you get it all within this extra dimensional space.
Hey, who wants to hold the hole?
I'm sturdy. I don't mind unless you have a different idea.
My only... look, I just don't trust whoever is outside waiting for us, that's all. My only concern is that, so if we can get away with it in any form, I think that's a positive.
I don't think
Perhaps-
that we'll have too much success lying about there being gold in here in the first place.
But we could certainly say that the criminals got to it before we did. Does anyone know your identity?
Do we really want to lie to the city about this threat?
As in, either we lie or you be honest about what we're doing with it and be willing to stand our ground if they don't agree with that.
I have preference toward the latter.
That might be the best approach.
I'm okay with that. Look, I will carry the hole, and if they try to arrest us, I'll get away. And we'll meet back at the manor.
Okay.
I certainly don't want to go to prison over this. But I just don't trust them. We
Well,
just cleaned up a giant vault for them of the criminals in the city, I feel like.
Yes, you did clean the city up quite a bit too.
Speaking of which, there's just a lot of bodies down there. What do we do with all those bodies? Are we just gonna leave it here?
well, if anything, that's proof of what happened here. It definitely would be hard to say that you didn't fight to defend the gold for the city of Waterdeep, seeing as there's a bunch of bodies.
They'll either call us heroes or murderers.
Hmm.
Plus, we were employed by one of these criminals anyways. We
No,
were
We
down
don't
here.
need to
No.
know that.
Yeah, there's
We don't
no
need to know
evidence of that now. I don't think we ever signed a legal document. All word of mouth, and if the man's dead.
I agree, but I'm just saying
A famous
There's-
pirate.
there's a
is
line
here.
to our honesty,
That's all.
is all I'm saying. We can only be so honest.
Alright, so
I'm
Our
assuming
hands aren't
that's
exactly clean.
I'm assuming it's that Jarlaxle.
Well,
I think V's told me about the end he met.
yes, that cur.
pretty long story.
Hmm.
He killed V's, and we had to make a deal with him to let V's be alive again.
Hmm.
He didn't believe that I could come back, and he was wrong, and he saw the fruits of what happens when he is wrong.
I mean, I don't
He's
think he sees
also-
anything anymore.
No, he doesn't.
He's also a very notorious pirate, so
He's also
there might
dead.
even be a bounty for him. Just going to throw that out there.
That's an interesting thought.
So we go up. We tell them we're going to give the gold to the. We're going to distribute the guilds or the money to the guilds, and we hold our ground, and that's that. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guilds
fair
and
to
those
me.
who need it, those who can put it to good use.
I mean,
Not
can't we
those
also
who
talk
just sit
to?
on it.
Can't we talk to Raynor? Didn't he have pretty good connections? Can't he help us out with all this?
Yes.
He's a noble, isn't he?
He is a noble,
Yeah.
but I had a long
His
chat with
father
him, and
did this, though. Yeah.
I can tell you he has high disregard for his father. He strives to be unlike him. He seems to be of reputable character. He may be an asset to our cause.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know the Neverember boy?
We
Oh,
see
that's his last name. I keep forgetting it.
on Accel was one of the first things that we did is save young Rainier. When
Hmm.
Accidentally.
I think that
I haven't seen him since he was young.
Wait, so you know him?
Well, being employed for the gold Neverember and keeping his gold, you happen to see the little one. I sometimes thought about what happened to Rainier.
He's certainly grown up.
Hmm.
Does this gold belong to the Neverembers?
It does.
That
We are
is
not
true, but-
employing the Neverembers to tell us where the gold goes. They're not going to be okay with that.
Well,
Yeah, but he seems like a fine boy. I think
don't
he's
think
responsible.
he's our friend anymore. Look, I
What
am
makes
not
you say
saying
that?
I just don't think he's gonna like our plan.
no, certainly Degault, the father, will not, but Rainier seems like he has a good head on his shoulders.
I like him. I just don't think he's going to. I imagine if somebody told you they were going to take 500,000 gold from your father. I mean, even if you didn't love the guy, you'd probably be kind of bummed about that.
Grumbo, I'm saying he basically told us to do exactly what we're doing now.
Oh,
It is stolen gold. It's not like they own it or some such thing.
Alright, well, let's get on with it then.
Cool. Arnex will begin moving. He looks to the gems, but he brushes it off and says, well, I suppose that I'll be able to get these later.
get him out for you if you need.
I would rather focus on other matters at the moment.
That's
There's
good.
much more important things. In the group of you, we'll go down the steps. Let me get all of you. Cool, yeah. You work your way through, and eventually, we basically cut to the open vault here. And Torin waiting there. Anything you want to do, Torin, while you're waiting for 5-10 minutes?
Probably just like trying to keep himself busy, so he's just there with Badu.
Yeah.
He's like fake shadow boxing with Badu.
Uh-huh.
Just like messing around with him.
Yeah, it
Badu
has not
has, like,
been
little
2
mitts.
hours yet. Yeah, like little targets or something like that.
Yeah.
Little targets come sprouting out from him. Cool. Yeah, you guys meet up with Torin. Yeah. Arnex will give an eye, be like, well, you got large quick.
What can I say? Red's the best.
You will look doubtful about that. Cool. So are you guys going to work your way down the tunnel?
I drag Jarlaxle's body by the ankle.
Was going to mention that. Probably hold on to that.
Cool.
Is that a good
Make sure
idea?
make sure he's still identifiable, though. I know you've been shooting him, but I hope it hasn't been in the head.
I slam him in. I slam his body
I
into
would
the
not
wall. every
hand this
once in a
guy
while.
over to them and claim ownership. This is kind of dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go traveling down the tunnel, and eventually, let's see. The first thing everyone notices is the smell of smoke as you're going through this tunnel. You guys have to kind of work your way past the rubble after that explosion from the Xanathar message. But yeah, you notice the smell of smoke when you're about like 5 or so minutes away from the entrance of the cave, where the windmill is. I'm guessing you guys press onward.
Yeah.
Cool. A minute or two later, you can vaguely hear the sound of muffled yells. Every once in a while, you hear the sound of like a impact of some sort. And you also notice that there is more light coming in from the like entrance. There's like sunlight coming out from like the ladder that brought you down. There's now a beam of sunlight that is
goodness.
at the entrance there.
The whole place just blow up?
They had to get that Cyclops in somehow.
Oh my goodness.
So you guys climb partway up the ladder, and you continue to hear the muffled sound of this. Now you hear like clashing metal. You hear a scream every once in a while. The sounds of some kind of magic. It is not like a open battleground, but it's something that you hear far off in the distance.
I don't know about this, guys.
Well,
And-
what don't you know about? We're going out anyways.
This is the only exit. Let's press on.
Yeah, so you reach the ladder, and some of you begin climbing. And as you climb partway up the ladder like splinters off into rubble, and you have to climb bits of rubble. And as you climb up, there's a bunch of smoke and fire, which is kind of blurring your vision around the area. Like you can't see far off. It takes some like scrambling up the side of this portion of what was the windmill. As you get to the top, you see like the foundation parts of it have been completely ripped apart. Some of it is smoldering. Most of it is burnt. You can barely recognize some pieces of canvas. And many of them are just covered in ash, completely darkened now. You can see a little bit ahead, the fan of the windmill has fallen and lodged itself into the ground.
Good.
And you are in this open area of smoke.
Oh.
You do notice that little bits of snow are falling.
Is,
First snow of the year.
Oh my god.
Is it snow or ash?
A little bit of both. You probably stick your tongue out, maybe potentially taste it. So, yeah, some seems to be snow.
What's the surrounding area look like?
Yeah. So, what you see immediately, is there's this smoke which is obscuring your view. But there is a gust of cold coastline air which clears the smoke away from the immediate area and reveals a complete battleground leading up the mountain, Waterdeep Mountain. What was a peaceful coastline is now littered with bodies of monsters. There's blood and flames scattered around. And you see the remains of two armies, clearly the Xanathar and the Zentarim. It's unclear how they got so many forces here. Like, it's confusing to you how they could appear in such a like just out of the city.
Sewers, am I right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So what else you see is there's different Waterdeep allied forces cleaning up the enemies here. You see a floating platform in which Force Grey is shooting these magical needles into the last enemies, some stragglers here and there. You can barely make out the Blackstaff sat atop this like flying black kind of detailless platform that's like raised above in the air. You can see the Griffin Cavalry who are sweeping in and seem to be taking certain enemies out of the crowd or out of the like pile of dead bodies. You can see some of them bear the symbol of the Order of the Gauntlet. You can see City Watch soldiers, which have like charged through the backlines. Also, Lord's Alliance there. You can also make out the Open Lord of Waterdeep amongst their ranks there. And you see the Open Lord wields this fiery blade and is cleaning up the crew there. Like some of the last stragglers that are still amongst the ranks here. But what you do see is a group of guards who seem to be pushing through the last members of these dead forces, and they are heading towards the windmill. Let me get Arnax as well.
What are we gonna do?
Well, we stick to the plan. But first, it seems like these people have everything under control, but perhaps we should help where we can?
Nah.
It
I like
might
seeing
be-
the city guard be able to do something for once.
It might be best to fortify ourselves here. We are literally carrying the gold with us.
They don't know that.
But if anybody were to get to us, then it could be an incredibly dangerous situation. It's
So, defensive, but let us welcome them.
we have the high ground. Let's keep it that way.
They're supposed to be on our side. Let's also keep it that way.
Yeah, so they seem pretty exhausted. Some of them seem to have clearly been in a fight to get to this point. And one will shout out, who seems higher ranked than others. He will say, "Hail, who goes there?" over the sound of this clashing battle behind him. As I said, most of the fighting is died down. There seems to just be some stragglers amongst the dead bodies there.
Does anyone want to take the lead? Ornax? Or shall I?
I could do it. I don't know how you address or how you call yourselves. Adventurers of some type.
I think we're all just a bunch of buffoons.
Bunch of buffoons.
I don't know if they'd like that.
Probably not.
They don't seem to like us very much anyway.
Oh, they'll like
Hello!
Oi.
Hail.
Quiet.
Who are you? We haven't been told of citizens around here.
Do we look like citizens?
I am a
Waterdeep.
citizen.
Waterdeep has some strange people.
Aren't you from Waterdeep?
Yes.
Are you strange?
He'll look at his attire and like contemplate whether he's strange or not. I don't think so, but there's some strange people around here. You'll see amongst the guard ranks, one seems to look familiar as you see Jalester, who employed you for the Great Poop Watch. And he seems to, he walks up and whispers something in the, his higher ranked officer's ear.
Ho
And,
there. We are the victors this day, and this is a victory for Waterdeep. Let's make that clear.
He will speak up once he gets like his like air up to basically. He gives him a nod and he says, Is that you, Krandren?
Haven't seen you in a while, but yes, we were. You could say we were at the front lines of this conflict.
Well, I couldn't say I expected you here when I made the march. What's going on? I saw some vault. Everyone did.
As apparently everyone is aware now, the Vault of Dragons has been found, and we have with us the Vault's keeper. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello there. He'll go stumping forward. Give him a big handshake. Jalester looks very confused at the moment. And Arnax will say, well, yes, I am Arnax, defender of the vault. Well, thankfully, we managed to make our way through. And Jalester looks very surprised, as like many of the guard here look quite surprised as well. Yeah, and Jalester will say, they sent so many forces through the vault. How did you survive? Arnax will just look to the group of you.
Explosives. Lots and lots of explosives.
We don't die easy.
We're very strong.
Well, maybe I should have given you harder work. He'll just like laugh a little bit, thinking about the days of watch. Well, Laurel sent us. You can see her over there. And he will point towards the coastline. As you see the Open Lord making her way, along with some knights. I didn't expect. Well, we thought they already took the gold. What are the rumors true? The gold there, is it real?
We'll say yes.
As you've seen it, yes.
For the safety of everyone involved, we will not tell you where we have put it. But know that it is obtained and safe.
Well, it's not my place to say, but be careful with it, obviously. I worry for your safety as well.
It's in good hands, I think.
Yeah, he will just look to his officer. They seem quite confused as they're thinking they're like storming the gates of this vault, but now these people arrive from it. The sergeant will say, I suppose we can look down there ourselves?
Go ahead.
Rather treacherous now, but yes.
Better off skipping it.
Mind the bodies.
And a giant snake. And possibly living people? I don't know.
Yeah,
Some of them seem like, there's a tricky bunch.
That was quite thorough.
Is it dangerous down there?
Not anymore, I don't think.
Other than the whole thing kind of like gonna collapse at any moment, it's
Yes,
not that
some
bad.
structural integrity.
Yeah, the guard behind him looks very scared at the moment, and the sergeant will just like push him a little bit. Well, we got orders. Getting down there.
Don't worry, guys. It would probably kill you instantly if it fell.
If you're not careful, you'll get swallowed up by an ooze. I would say.
Either of you can roll an intimidation, depending on how many you want to be.
I'll assist whoever wants to roll.
Grumbo, do you want intimidation?
Yo!
Wow.
Holy shit.
No assist needed. The sergeant will say, he will look back for a second and say, well, I suppose we can wait for the Open Lord of Waterdeep. Just wait until, maybe the orders have changed, seeing as there's new people here.
It's true. By the way, what's how's the rest of the city doing?
Well, there was quite a conflict in the beginning, but after they saw, the portals, many people decided it's not the best idea to go running for a Vault of Dragons. Jalester will say.
Portals?
Yes, the armies, some mages of some sort. I heard a Illithid, and then, well, the other person is questionable on the Zentarum side. I don't exactly know who they are. I'm not sure anyone does. Not many people recognize them.
Hostile.
And they just portaled people in here and then it left. The Illithid and the leader of the Zentrum.
Well, it took until our forces arrived for them to see that it was a losing battle. The Blackstaff, and their army, well, mages of some sort, cast some form of magic, obliterating much of the army. Also, the Open Lord and our forces seemed to make them question whether it was the best idea to stay here or not. I assume they sent some forces into the vault to try to get as much as they could and then run.
Unsuccessfully.
They were completely
Well,
routed.
thanks to you. Did you get any help? I mean, I don't mean to question, but I don't know how you held your own for so long.
Pirate crew of Drow? But they're all
They
dead, so...
helped?
Yeah.
Had their own reasons, but yeah.
There was
The
a,
enemy of my enemy is my friend sort of situation.
there was a brief
Honestly, for the most part, they seem like they really did want to help.
I assume they're still down there amongst the... Are they all dead as well?
Oh yeah, they're all dead.
There
Drow.
was an attack from a Cyclops. I'm not quite sure how it was able to make its way down there, but it's nothing survived except for us.
Well, I assume that's why they blew up this windmill with their own magics.
I'm gonna throw down Jarlaxle's body and then just start scrambling and looking for the priest and Kayleen.
It is, man, this windmill is completely like almost unrecognizable. You can make an investigation check.
It's the only thing I'm doing until I find someone.
Okay.
Well, yeah, they probably got blown up, didn't they? Poor blind guy.
A two.
Yeah.
Dude, you got one for each person that's gonna be in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you are, even though you're feeling quite spry and up to looking around, you rapidly find yourself getting exhausted after looking under all this rubble and just not finding anything recognizable. Yeah, this whole like portion of the windmill is just scattered here and there. You wouldn't be able to tell if they were here or not, or if they left, or if they were caught in the blast, or what.
No. I hope they were able to flee.
Bees.
Being caught
She
after all
appeared
this-
to be a competent mage. We were down there a while. It's possible they left first.
I certainly hope so. Under this collapsed windmill, she didn't deserve that.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. Are you talking about the lady who painted stuff to kill us?
I'll just look at her, but not answer.
Is that a yes? Is that a no? I'm sorry, I hit my head real bad down there. So the memories are fuzzy.
Yes, girl. Her and the priest to Ilmater that resided here.
Oh, okay.
There are powerful magics that can be used to find out if they're still alive. But now I don't think is the time to search. We have more pressing matters.
All right.
Yeah. You'll see that a portion of the Blackstaff platform kind of separates out from the main portion as Vajra goes hovering down to Laurel, and they seem to talk to each other for a second as they look to the group of you at the entrance here. And then after a minute or two, they will move forward as well.
I'll wave to Vajra as she approaches.
I'll mutter under my breath, showing up
Krandren
late
will
as
give a knowing
usual.
nod. Yeah. My God.
Yeah. Vajra looked very surprised to see you guys as she approaches.
Vajra, I have a task for you if you don't mind.
What's that? How did you get here? Did you cause this whole vault thing?
We are very strong, Vajra.
Cause is a very strong word.
I can assert that we did not cause this problem.
Yeah, we kind of caused it.
No,
we opened the door.
We definitely solved the problem.
Yes, I would blame the
gangs?
Lord Neverember for setting up this entire situation in the first place.
Oh yeah, that was a
was
dumb
going to happen
idea.
eventually.
The Goat Neverember definitely caused this problem, and we definitely solved it. Vajra, if you could do me a favor, and I'll hold up Jarl Axel's dead body by the ankle upside down, could you incinerate this body? He is a powerful being and needs to make sure that he never comes back to life.
Yeah, she'll take a look and say, and who was that?
This is Jarl Axel Idiot. He is a drow from Luskin.
Yeah, she'll look and see that he is clearly a drow at this point.
Yeah, she would have potentially seen Axel before from the memory that.
Memory. Yes, the memory. Yeah, so as she looks closer, she will recognize and say, well, I'm guessing that the plan didn't work for him then?
He had plans to overtake, usurp, and corrupt Waterdeep, and naturally, my presence here is to make sure that does not come to pass. And he lost.
Yeah, Vajra will take a second and she'll like do a double take at the sergeant next to her and be like, and what are you doing here? Well, we were waiting for her to get down there. And she'll point down into the windmill, and the sergeant will say, wait a second, you don't give us orders. And the Blackstaff will just say, get down there right now. You're checking out the vault. We need to update. And I'm not willing to believe a bunch of adventurers like this.
She's also not willing to do anything herself.
Oh.
I've been waiting to incinerate you for so long. I'm not going to do it in front of the Open Lord of Waterdeep, but God help me.
Sounds like a threat.
Can I trip the sergeant?
Sure.
We are terrible people.
We
are not good people.
Kick his ankle into his other foot.
Yeah, roll athletics. He will try to out athletics.
Alright, well, I got a 14.
Dang.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He goes like falling into the ladder, and the other guard like grabs his foot as like he's hanging off the side upside down. Yeah, the sergeant almost like falls deep into the like ladder that leads down into the vault.
Oh, good. That's the result of trust falls.
Oh, you could have killed him, Bees. What's wrong with you?
You know what I'm saying?
An accident.
I apologize.
Poor Sergeant did nothing.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't know what happened. He just he pull me up, and the other guard like drags him back. Yeah, Sarge. They pull him back to the surface, and they quickly like adjust their helmets and head down into the vault, along with some other soldiers there.
Krandren would like to speak up to Vajra while this is going on.
Sure. Yeah, Vajra is just inspecting Jarl Axel.
Vajra, please incinerate this person post haste.
Mhm.
Well, Vajra, just know that we wouldn't have been able to survive all this if it wasn't for the help that you provide us. So, in a way, Force Grey did play a role in this.
Well, sure, we did do all of this, and she'll motion back into all the like craters in the ground. I don't especially like destroying my own city, but when all this chaos happens, at least we rooted out a bunch of these evildoers.
Well, at least it wasn't for naught. If we hadn't stopped them, then all of the dragons would be gone.
Hmm. I guess I do have to thank you guys. Well, at least for defending Windmill as long as you did.
Vajra, I understand you may be frustrated and tired from a long battle, but there's no need to take out your frustrations on us. We've done a good thing today, and we've saved Waterdeep from something that a previous nefarious ne'er-do-well instigated a long time ago.
That may be true. Yeah, she'll think it over. She'll say, V's, you don't mind taking a little walk with me real quick? And she will go behind some rubble down here, and look for you to follow.
I insight that.
Sure.
Go.
Okay.
Please.
I'll look back at the group and shrug.
Well,
you notice, I'll say V's notices as well. She gives a look at Jarlaxle, like a look at Jarlaxle before moving this way.
I'll look back at the group and shrug. And then I'll...
You want somebody to come with us.
perhaps one of us should accompany you.
What? She's never... You don't think she's going to attack me?
We've run into too many situations of one of us going off alone and getting severely injured. Let's put it that way.
She's just going to tell you to go away.
Okay, I will be discreet. Then, can Krandren peek around the corner as this is going on, stealthily?
Sure.
Wait. V's will snap her fingers. Ebyn, you've got the bottle thing. You can see and hear inside of it, right?
I can hear. I won't be able to see though.
Okay. Well, you'll just be, if you don't mind me putting it this way, you'll just be a trinket on my hip.
Rolling stealth.
That's
Great.
fine with me.
14, not
I
bad.
have no need to use this, so just hold it. And if you need me out, either yell or throw it at the ground.
Okay.
And Ebyn poofs into the lamp.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, you quickly grab it out of the air before it hits the ground, and you'll see Vajra like turn the corner and like motion like hurry up.
All right. I'll clip him. I'll clip the lamp. Or I understand it's a lantern.
Yeah.
It's a decorative lamp.
Okay.
It's got like a marine theme, like mermaid looking figure on it.
Okay. Something like an incense lamp.
Kind of.
Okay. I'll just clip it to my hip, and I guess I'll leave Jarlaxle's corpse in the trust of Torin. I'll just kind of toss him unceremoniously over next to the Dragonborn, and I'll.
Vajra will be turning the corner and she'll say, "Don't get over here with the thing." As you're about to throw it.
All right. Oh, okay. Perhaps this is the favor then. Okay, I'll hop, skip, and I'll skip on over. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll like
you
look
get
at
into
Krandren and nod Krandren to go over there too. Like, Krandren, go watch them.
Yeah,
Krandren's in stealth. Yeah.
Peeking around the corner.
Peeks around the corner. Vajra will. This is like a small enclosed part of the windmill, like two pieces of planks that are like kind of butted next to each other, so it's like kind of enclosed. And she will look at V's and then look at Jarlaxle. She will say,
I'll hold my hand up. Vajra, if you're going to attack me, just go ahead and do it. I don't like beating around the bush.
"Man, you adventurers are just so picky about things." And she'll snap her fingers, and Jarlaxle will go up in flames. And then she'll point in your point like at your like neck area and be like, "Now don't say I didn't do anything for you." And she will walk past you.
Thank you very much. Your what do I call you? Your lady? Your certainly not your highness. Your majesty?
The Blackstaff, nothing else.
Thank you, Blackstaff.
She will go walking off. And Gelester, Aranax, and Laurel will be talking amongst each other for a second here. And Vajra will go up to join them. Does anyone listen in or join the conversation?
Hey, just for kicks, I don't know a whole lot about magic, but can I like Arcana to see what kind of spell she cast?
Sure.
I sorry to ask for like a specific type of roll, but if it's not Arcana, I want to.
Yeah.
I want to call on the time that I spent in the library at the Bahamut Temple, and see if I can recognize the effects of the spell that she just cast and identify it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can roll Arcana.
What did I get? Oh, natural 20.
Nice.
Holy crap.
Wow.
I honestly think that it was probably just like a very high level firebolt at this point. She didn't want to do anything too much, as it will Jarlaxle will go up in flames. You kind of wince away for a second as it burns there. Quickly burning with this magical energy.
Ask her for a disintegrate, she gives me a firebolt.
Yeah, I don't think she had she doesn't unfortunately have it.
She doesn't know how to cast it.
Chain lightning.
Oh god.
They
Power
did just fight a
word.
whole battle, right? The
Yeah.
might be a little tapped. Might be.
Here's our chance to wipe them all out and take over.
Oh my
Take
god.
the throne. Just a
Looking
small
beyond
battle.
the Blackstaff now.
I'll hop back to the group in the windmill and just kind of peek over one of the landings or destroyed things that I can look out over the area with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Krandren, as you approach, you can hear Arnex mainly just describing everything that happened. He's describing that there was a Vault of Dragons, that they were right, that you adventurers helped defend the vault itself. He's just explaining the whole situation.
Okay.
And you also overhear Vajra saying, as she walks up, she'll say, let's see here. She'll just motion to the group of you and say, well, this dwarf, I don't know exactly who you are, but he's telling the truth. These are the groups of adventurers that I was telling you about. And then she'll say, just be careful around the gnomes. They're a bit touchy. Lorella will give a little smirk, and will motion to talk to the group of you.
Dang, those are big horses.
Yeah.
Right.
These are large war horses.
They're huge.
Hello.
Also, am I
Pleasure to-
still big?
I believe.
Yeah, right?
You still got time.
2
It'll
hours.
still be huge.
You're just kind of hunching down.
I'll tap
Yeah.
on the lamp and say, Ebyn, you can come out now if you want. Nothing bad happened. I think we were just overthinking it.
And Ebyn will poof out.
Nice. Yeah. Torin, luckily, I mean, much of the windmill is completely destroyed. There's not even a roof for much of it, so you're not really cramped or anything. Laurel will look at the group of you and say,
Smile and
well,
wave.
it's a pleasure to finally meet you. Well, Vajra has told me about your deeds, tales of your, well, unpredictability. I don't deign to ask how you ended up in this windmill, but Arnak said you were defending it from, well, the gangs.
That's true.
Yes, we did.
Hmm.
I'll give her like a little salute, like a forward salute to her.
Yeah.
A little wink.
She'll look at RNX, and then the weight will really set in, and she will give a big like bow to the group of you, and many of the guards and Vajra, like they seem quite surprised at this. The open lord bowing to someone, and she'll say, "I must thank you personally for your efforts. Without your defense of the vault, sure these scoundrel gangs would be possession of the biggest horde of dragons in Waterdeep. I have talked to Aranax, and, well, I think that your division of the gold would be for the best. Best not let the masked lords hear about this gold and have them dip into their portion of the gold that they want. It would be better for it to go to the people. After all, that's who it was stolen from in the first place."
I'm happy to hear that you agree with us.
Yeah, she will look to the rest of her guards, and she will give some orders to continue to investigate the vault, and to interrogate if there's any high-ranking survivors in any of these armies, and some of her guards will go off.
So we're not even going to question if this is the real one or not?
I don't really care anymore, to be honest.
That's fair.
I think, Gara, I think if this was not the real one, that at least Vajra, as powerful as she seems to be, would know instantly. And Oranax.
Hey, Vajra!
Yep.
Is that the real Lord of Waterdeep?
Yeah, she'll squint really hard. Seems to be to me.
How do you know?
Well, see if she's got friggin' counterspell. Or,
You would need to spell magic.
Yeah, dispel magic. Detect magic, let's see.
Gara, don't you have a
It's
fancy
not
ring
on hand.
Yes.
that lets you know when people are lying to you? Have her say that she's the Lord of Waterdeep. And
Oh, is that what this does? I just thought it looked nice.
I sensed
Ring of truth, something.
a twinge of magic from it when I handed it to you.
What was the name?
Bang! Big spell.
Bang.
Whoa!
She will cast anti-magic field as she hits her the black staff against the ground. Is RNX transformation? I don't think it is magical.
God.
It's a feature.
If it's considered a polymorph, then
Magic.
Let's see.
It depends very
Change
specifically on the wording. If it says like the dragon magically transforms, then it is. But if it's like a
Holy shit!
if it's
Oh, God.
RNX turns into a dragon.
if it's a doppelganger, if it's like a doppelganger, it specifically says like it doesn't have the word magic in it, so it's like a natural thing that they can do. So if it's
I'm
Yeah, it
pretty
says
sure
polymorph.
magic.
It says
Yeah.
magically
Mhm.
polymorph.
Mhm.
yeah, if
So,
it says magical, then yeah.
Everyone's freaking out.
Yeah, everyone for a second freaks out. And the RNX will say, I suppose I forgot to mention I'm a dragon. That shouldn't be important. I was defending the vault. Laurel seems everyone seems very surprised at the moment. Some people fall back in fear. Jalister probably does that.
Yeah,
Vajra
really catches
seems
you
very
off-
surprised.
Really catches you off guard the first time. So,
Oh, did we not mention he was a dragon? Oh,
Surprised he
That's
didn't
my
mention
B,
that.
I guess.
He's
So you're
friendly.
telling me there's a dragon in the vault as well?
He's very chummy once you chat him up.
No,
I mean, not
there's
anymore,
A
he's out
dragon
here.
Out here.
Yeah.
In front of you.
There's also
What's
a
called
dragon by the
Lineage.
coast. He's a
He was
brown dragon.
defending the vault. Now listen, how are you even in Waterdeep right now? Isn't there some kind of curse? That would be the staff. That's unimportant.
Wait, which staff? The dragon staff or the black staff?
If it's important, it's not the black staff.
He was holding a thing.
Yeah, Vajra will just look at the group of you irritatedly. Well,
Right.
that's definitely another thing to throw into the mix, and she'll look over at Laurel.
He's our friend. Don't be mean to him. He's done a valiant job.
All that's left in the vault right now are some of his snacks, which he is probably entitled to after all this time.
Yeah,
Yes.
Laurel will move up and say, well, it would be terrible not to give you heroes a portion of the gold itself. I'd like to thank you each and every one for your efforts through all of this.
I
Are we
appreciate
supposed to
that.
thank you for paying us with somebody else's gold that we are currently holding all of?
Yeah.
Grumbo.
Or he'll like kick
Grumbo.
you in the back with a split rope. Like,
Okay, I'm sorry, but I mean, listen to how
Grumbo.
ridiculous they are. All right, let's go home.
Also, we didn't.
Well,
I don't think we told them that we had the gold on us.
Shut up.
You didn't say that out loud.
It was just
Kenny, yes, my lord, just we have been
My
to
lord.
give a little bit of context to the anti-magic field. We previously thought that we were working with you in the past and were deceived by some ne'er-do-wells, I believe I heard them called. It's
I heard in
since-
the
I think it's-
papers
Mhm.
someone impersonated me.
Yes, since that has been handled, I would just like to possibly get the actual chance to work with you in the future, should the need arise.
Yes, Jalister was vouching for you, saying that you've done work for the Open Lord in the past. I want to personally apologize for some of the ways the city has treated you. It's something that, well, we are working on. It's not so simple. I'm hoping we can change things in the future. And, well, this gold will go a long way. What?
Bless you.
Is that
Sorry.
Cold? Is that cold out here? Someone get this gnome a blanket.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be
this-
very appreciated.
Well, I intend to be a part of that change, if you'll have me.
Yes, definitely. And let's see. She doesn't talk specifics about the money yet. And she doesn't ask for the gold in return. But yeah, they have Laurel has some guards searching through the vault. Someone will report back to her about the bodies and that it like corroborate all the information so far. And she'll just look to you and say, well, how are you most comfortable doing this? Do you wish to, well, the gold, do you want to parse it out yourself? I assume that you don't have the manpower on your own.
I think we
Perhaps a meeting of the guilds we had mentioned?
a
so-
meeting would be best, a conference, and we'll dole it out there.
Yes, it would be best to let everyone know, all the citizens of Waterdeep, what happened here. Much of the city was thrown into disarray after that message was magically sent out.
I still feel like it'd be a good idea to get Raynor in on this. If anything, he could be a representative of the nobles and kind of yeah, a sense of redemption for him, since his family's the one that started all this. Maybe he can work to make it better.
Rainier does seek something of redemption. He wants to extricate himself out of his father's shadow and misdeeds. So definitely listen to Gareth.
I have heard good things about the Never Ember boy. It's good to know that he's following different footsteps than his father did. We could definitely have him speak on the council as well. I'll talk to him more about that.
I'll mutter. V's will mutter to herself, and if he doesn't, I'll be back and I'll kick his butt.
Cool. With that, let's go out to the main Waterdeep map. Oh, loud music.
Our heroic march music, the parade. So we come back from the Crusades and the
Credits
people
roll.
line the streets.
Yeah.
Hooray!
No joke. Promptly after the fighting in the windmill, there is scheduled a kind of meeting throughout the town, held at the High Court at the front of Waterdeep Castle, and they will. Some guards follow you along and expect you to kind of not go running off, basically, more or less, as Laurel will talk to her forces and whatnot and gather everyone together at the court there. Some hours pass by as they send out the message, and you can see that a lot of people, as you move through the streets, are a lot of people seem more panic, especially the fighting going on. Some people basically thought like a war was going on or something. And with this meeting, hopefully it would address a lot of their worries. They scheduled the meeting, and Laurel will be at the front there. She will ask you, how do you want to be addressed?
Who's she asking?
Us.
Just the group of you. Yeah, no one in specific.
Well,
I guess we kind of hold the reins now. Nobody can tell us what they wouldn't like. We're the bunch of buffoons.
Hey!
if you're doing individual introductions, call me V's. I am. What sounds cool, you guys?
This is already sounding too long.
Oh.
Bunch of buffoons, just group name. That's it. If not, if we keep doing individual introductions, this 1 hour conference is gonna turn into like a 3 hour thing. People are gonna be hungry.
Well, there's benefit to having our names out there for the city to know. Krandren the Burned, of course.
Yeah.
V's.
Oh,
Arbiter of Platinum.
Alright, if we're gonna do this. Garadon Aurelius, owner of One Man's Trash.
Cool. I'm writing these down.
I'm thinking I can use this to get some publicity. More people in the store.
Anyone else have titles to go with their names, or simply names?
Grumbo.
Oh boy.
Just
Grumbo.
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 Enough said.
Torin will do Torin, and then in quotations, Big Red. Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Came up with a Rain Man-esque plan for the money.
I hate this.
I know you do.
Okay.
This is how we enrich
credits.
Waterdeep for the future. Okay.
Uh,
Instead of just handing out the money like a stimulus package, we create a fund which the guilds take low interest loans from, the interest of which only goes back into the fund and pays the people who appropriate the funds, like a modest salary for some, like a pencil pusher, you know, a bookkeeper, if you will. And then, rather than just handing out a one-time bonus to all these people, then they could just have a fund to draw from that will build and enrich their business, and any interest they pay on it will only go back into that fund.
This sounds cyclical.
Is that whole thing your title? That seems more like a project.
No, that's the idea.
I'm sorry. I moved on from the title and on to the plan for a potential plan for the money.
I believe his name and title is Grumbo.
But yeah,
I
that's
believe
also
that is Grumbo.
Grumbo.
I think that it would be pertinent to have a representative from one of you heroes to stand in the council. Would you be willing to do that? And looks at Grumbo.
Oh no, hell no, I'm leaving.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Worth a
This
shot.
place sucks.
If nobody else
Oh,
wants
geez.
to, I'll take it.
Krandren here. He's the most trustworthy of the bunch.
Well, thank you.
I'm like overemphasizing how trustworthy he is because he's an ex-criminal.
He's the best. You
No, really,
listen to
you can
crimes
really
rate.
trust
is
him.
glaring.
Yeah.
He's seriously never had any problems.
Cool. Well, I think we cut to the group gathering. We have like a time lapse of everyone like arriving in the court. People from different walks of life, nobles, merchants from the trade ward, dock workers, all sorts, all different races. And Laurel will be up at the podium. You will be off to the side, watching from the side there. And she will say, thank you all for attending. This day will go down in history of Waterdeep as one of the greatest wrongs righted. As you know by now, the rumors are true. Degolt Neverember, my predecessor, committed an unforgivable crime towards the people of Waterdeep, embezzling thousands of dragons and hiding it away deep within the mountain. Degolt attempted to steal the sweat off your brow, darken the bright futures of your children, and ultimately rob the glory of our people. But thanks to all the heroes of Waterdeep, all was made right. The guards of the Lord's Alliance and our city watch, the wizards of Force Grey, the clerics of the Order of the Gauntlet. And I wanted to give a special praise to a group of adventurers who put it on themselves to set things right. From our founding figure, Agairon, to the adventurers who fought the walking statues during the spell plague of 1385. This town is founded on adventures such as these. And she'll give a pause and like pinch her brow for a second. The bunch of buffoons stand before you. And you are walked out in a line. Krandren the Burned, V's the Arbiter of Platinum, Garadon Orinus, owner of the One Man's Trash, Grumbo, and Torin, also Big Red.
Did Ebyn not give a name, by the way?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
My Ebyn, no!
Do you have a catchphrase? Do you want a catchphrase? Do you want a name? Remain
Ebyn would have
nameless.
told him. Yeah, Ebyn would have told him. Ebyn, the Kobold of the streets.
Kobold of the Street.
Didn't know if he wants to remain anonymous or something.
Yeah,
initially,
exactly.
but I-
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
are we blowing his cover? And anonymous remains anonymous.
And don't forget
you
Lamb.
say- yeah, yeah. Lamb is carded out. Yeah. She will say all of your names. And a official in the town, like a high-ranking, probably a magister, approaches each of you and places a pendant around your necks, carved to resemble a gold dragon wing. They just had this on hand, obviously. Every pendant imaginable.
Wow.
Yeah, so each of these pendants sits on your neck. and the crowd cheers, and many of them are their worries are assuaged after this hearing all these freaking bombs go off near the coastline. And Laurel will continue. Our city was once on the precipice of destruction, but with this wealth restored, we may take up our rightful place as one of the safest, most hardworking, and largest city in the Sword Coast. Thank you, and may these years be plentiful and productive for all of you. And cheers will ring out as the camera kind of scans over the crowd, and we push backwards into the coastline, watching Waterdeep overhead. Fireworks will light up the sky, and we will cut away to future months. So, after you guys get a portion of your reward, or a portion of the total amount from the vault, so what Laurel, there will be a conference talking through how much you should have. Laurel is willing to give you a generous 10% out of it.
Each, right?
No, total.
Imagine.
Amongst you, 10% each. That's basically all of it.
Yeah, right.
Badu counts as his own person. How dare you?
Oh, sweet.
You're lucky
yeah.
Mosk is in here. He gets his 10%.
Yeah, the bird. Yeah, so does anyone want to push on that, or are they willing to? Is that a good amount?
That's fine.
Okay.
Grumbo?
No, I'm not gonna fight. No, Grumbo doesn't need money where he's going.
We're going. We don't need road. What are you doing?
We'll find out, maybe.
What?
Fucking
God.
scared.
He's getting us to the next campaign is what he's doing.
Yeah. So yeah, in the conference, a bunch of the technicalities will be written out about how to distribute the gold, and it's voted upon, and it seems to make sense for a lot of people to have this kind of cyclical fund that guilds can draw off of, rather than just simply inflating the whole market with a bunch of gold out of nowhere. So that is the thing that's voted upon. And eventually you are all given a portion of the gold. So that's 50,000 among everyone in the group.
My God.
Does that leave us with?
50,000 divided by 6. Yeah.
Just 833 platinum, basically.
Yeah.
And change.
A big amount of money, which say they're willing to keep in the banks of Waterdeep, but can potentially change out the currency if you're heading somewhere else. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. If we want to potentially roll a d20 just to decide who's going first amongst what you want to do in the coming months, we could have a group thing for a bit if people want to say relatively what they want to do as a group. You're all at this meeting and you leave out of it, and it's clearly the point where there's no real reason for you guys to stick together completely at this crossroads there.
So there's six of us.
Yeah.
So we got 8,333. Not that it matters.
33 silver and 33 copper. Yeah.
We can make them round it up. We can make.
Yeah, they're willing to.
Yeah.
Why not? What's 1 platinum out of 1 billion platinum?
It's true.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah. Is there anything you want to like talk through as a group of like potentially the manor? Is that something you want to just you could sell back to the city if no one's taking it?
I want
Or
to take
keep
it.
it as
If you guys don't
okay.
mind.
What are we doing about that? It's a good question.
Just keep it.
Well,
Yeah.
Would we actually like to fix it up? We actually have
Yes.
the money to fix it.
Oh
now.
my God.
I started fixing it up. It's been a working project.
It could be the
Project.
fanciest place ever right now if you invest a little bit into it.
Yeah, Krandren is investing, some money into it. It's his home at this point.
Do whatever
And
you
that's
like.
kind of sad.
Don't let
Better
that,
than a prison cell.
Don't let that ghost keep you up at night, alright?
Actually, I've got an empty Nimblewright body. I was thinking I could try to get the ghost inside the Nimblewright body.
That
Maybe
might
make
be
it more physical, more just labor, I guess.
That might be fun. He could clean the own place, or could contribute to cleaning, and could be a fun bartender.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, Go.
Well, thank you. I had the idea a while ago, but man, we just got been all over the place.
We really have.
One thing led to another. Speaking of being led to another, I'm happy to have found you all and spend the past few weeks with you. I've learned a few things about other people and about myself.
What did you learn?
Well, I'll unsheath the little blue steel rapier from that's clipped to the satchel. Just look at the runes. Well, I've learned to forgive, at least, and then I'll sheath it. And I've also learned to forget. When I got here, I also was all over the place. I would chase anything. Everything was important. But now I see where I'll say you and Grumbo and have taught that it's also valuable to not sweat the small stuff. I think that perhaps similar to how a dragon operates on a different timetable, that some of the small details can be ignored.
That's nice.
It's valuable to work with other people. There's strength in others that have your back. A girl's best friend is her weapon, after all, but a girl needs more than one friend.
I think we all learned a lot from you as well, V's.
Oh?
Yeah, you can't judge a book by its cover. And when somebody insults you, you stop at nothing to destroy them.
I feel like you're insulting me right now.
Wait, no. You just don't take insults. That's all. You deal with it. I wasn't trying to insult you.
Being genuine.
Grumbo is the enemy forever.
V's will remember this.
The fuck did you say to me, you little shit?
Life.
Insert
No,
the
I
copy
was just
pasta here.
thinking of how, Jarlaxle insulted you and then you destroyed him. I think that's a valuable lesson.
No one kills me and gets away with it.
Yeah, all that forgiveness and stuff.
That's valid.
Cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you gonna do now?
Well, I'm sorry, what, Gar? I was thinking about all the things I could do to make Grumbo uncomfortable right now, but I got lost in thought. What were you saying?
What are you gonna do now? I mean, wasn't your whole purpose trying to deal with whatever evil was in the city? Feels like the evil's pretty rooted out now.
Me?
necessarily.
Well,
I mean, mostly.
There is some unfinished business here. I'll take care of that. I'll write home. Apprise Mirren and Argus and Chaz and Rufio, and I'll have to collect Riddle and thank him for returning my sword. But there is some unfinished business here. I think I've been here on business the entire time. I might find something fun to do. And then I may just go home, or I'll be led along by the illustrious scales of Lord Bahamut and root out the corruption elsewhere. Wherever he needs me. I have a lofty aspect, or a lofty dream to become an aspect of the Divine Dragon, but that will take a lot of work. But I think I can do it. I'm very strong. And since having met you all, I think I'm stronger for it. What are you all going to do?
Do we want to go in order of the rules at this point?
Sure. Yeah, we could either have like you say what you do, basically. Like, I'm gonna do this and that. And that's what you do in the future there. We could just have like a meta discussion of what people do. So I think it is Torin at the top of the initiative. Now with a big sack of gold, more or less, or platinum. Yeah, with the dusted ruby. What do you generally do in the coming months, and maybe goals for the years later, anything like that? It could be as in depth or not.
Torin probably dump a whole lot of his money into the dusted ruby.
Yeah.
Make it extremely nice and extravagant. And also
taxes.
Yeah. Still not paying taxes. But the other thing you will do is the top of it, how it was a old rundown bar. Turn that into like a boxing gym.
Yeah. Yeah, you buy the place out up top that it was basically a like rundown thing. You managed to convince owners to buy it from that. And yeah, I think we get like a montage in the dusted ruby with like the renovations and it getting like replaced out. And this like pretty empty building with not many like amenities. The bar gets all nice and finished, and all the like interior design and different like details put in. And yeah, ends up looking pretty nice by the end of it. A few months later.
And then right in the very center of the bar, right above it, Torin's gonna have a photo made of Mick, and he's gonna put him up there.
Yeah, Mick will visit and will like see the astonishment of looking at the place, and like being really surprised and impressed by this new interior. Yeah, he always thought that the place was kind of like grubby and like seedy, like a seedy fight club, but now he goes in and it's all like decked out and fancy. Yeah, anything else you want to get to? Are you mainly like running the fight club, or are you holding fights more? Is there any other adventuring you do and whatnot?
Probably travel up to Neverwinter.
Yeah.
Love to go see some more, because Torin's never really been outside of Waterdeep, and he's heard about Neverwinter. I'd love to go actually check it out.
Yeah, I think one thing you probably go through is like hiring hiring more people to run the Dusted Ruby now that there's more attention and people coming in and out of it. Yeah.
Then one final thing that he'll pay for is he'll go over to the City of the Dead and he'll have a gravestone made for Danica.
Mm,
And he'll make
okay.
one.
Nice.
Just an unmarked grave in whatever spot, because he doesn't know where she was really put there. So
I think Druck would hear word of this and eventually help you out with it, and he won't say it outright, but it's clear that he appreciates this. Are you staying mainly at the Dusted Ruby still, or do you get a place?
Nah, I'm staying mainly at the Dusted Rubies. Torin still has his old room down in the bottom of the Dusted Ruby.
Cool. I think we got a scene of you waking up in the morning, and on the windowsill, where Mosk the Raven, you know how Mosk would bother you?
Mm-hmm.
You start noticing there's this white feather of an owl placed there. So you probably pick it up and look at it, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Take it from the windowsill.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at it, you can see it's like a imitation feather. It's made from thread, this white thread with these small black spots like an owl has. You probably think not too much of it. But the next day, it happens again. Another one of these feathers.
Or he'll probably just start saving them.
Yeah.
He'll have a little wooden box or whatever, but he'll continue putting them in every time he finds them.
Mm-hmm. Eventually, there will be a small message with the feather as well. And it'll be the date of the next champion fight of the Field of Triumph.
And then Torin will definitely just start training for that.
Mm-hmm.
Non-stop, day in, day out.
Yeah. I think maybe before we continue on to other people, the last scene we get is Torin emerging from the opening of the Field of Triumph gates, and your competitor arriving from the other side as the gates open up. Yeah. And it is clearly a Manthe.
We all know. We fucking know.
And you guys run at each other as we cut out. I debated whether we should. I don't want to slow it down with a fight and everything.
Yeah, don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
I like that more. I like it way more.
Yeah, maybe we leave it up in the air to see who wins the final fight there. Cool. Moving on. V's. What do you do in the first month or so of getting this big lump sum of gold?
Well, I think from the last clip of Torin and Amanthe running at each other, we smash cut to V's up in some room, just writing. She's writing a note back to the Bahamutian agents, just apprising them of her, just a debriefing, just telling them what's going on. And I think that same day I wanted to go find Ornax and find out what he's going to do.
Cool. I would say, after you write that message, it's soon after that you get a message in return.
Hey.
Let's see. Yeah, um, I could read it aloud, or you could just read it. Either way.
You can do it.
Okay. Yeah. So you get a message, much like you did at the start of all these the Waterdeep events. And it said, "We heard about Vault of Dragons incident. Good work, V's. Performance within Waterdeep government haven't been very helpful, so providing you directives hasn't been possible. Fortunately, we have a lead. Riddle has conducted some investigations on his own and has taken it upon himself to follow Growlhounds in the past week. They seem to be reporting to another noble family, the Castellanters. We have recorded evidence of these interactions. We could go through the courts of Waterdeep, but I think we both know of a quicker and easier way to deal with this. The Platinum Dragon seeks justice. Now is the time to strike." Yeah, so you find this in your pocket.
Alright. I'll take it out, look at it. Alright. Definitely part of the unfinished business. I'll take out a little vial of ink. Address it to Chaz and say, "No worries. I am already on it." And
Yeah.
I'll just press to digitate, and ignite it, and it flies away in the snow. Oh,
Nice.
no worries, Shazarwan. I've become a very capable girl.
Do you seek out Arnax?
Yeah, that same day, I would like to
Okay.
see what Ornax is going to be doing, where he might be headed.
Cool. I think we just cut to the top of Mount Waterdeep with you and Arnax up there. You don't seem very winded. All your training has let you climb this mountain without getting exhausted at all. I don't think you did previously either. But
Nope.
Yeah. So it's you, Arnax, out there, and Arnax is just looking towards the coast.
I think today I've got like a little cream-colored hoodie and just some long leggings on, long black leggings on. Ornax.
Oh, V's, I didn't expect you up here. I was just talking to an old friend.
And you will see, let's see if I can get his. You will see the old man on the mountain who is also up here. Palam is up here. The old man who is feigning his own like lack of power for much of it.
Is that so? Ah. The monk friend. We did it.
Yes, well, I'm thinking of where to go next. I haven't planned too much, but, well, I think I'll travel around for a while and see what happens. It's been a while since I've been out of the nest.
Congratulations on your freedom, I think. You're no longer bound by duty.
Yes, I wish I still had that staff, but maybe it's better that it's in the Own Lord's hands now. I don't think a dragon should have that kind of power to keep other dragons out.
Well,
before long, another horde will be built in here by some dragon. I would rather have it held by someone who knows how to use it for good.
she seems like she has a good head on her shoulders. I believe that she'll do some good with it.
What do you plan to do from here?
I have some unfinished business here, and then I'll just go over the wing of the Platinum Dragon takes me, I suppose.
I would trust their judgment.
Oh,
They will know where to point you.
certainly, he is. That is his dominion, after all. I'll probably chat with him a little bit more, and then big goodbyes.
Yeah. Yeah, we probably see a bit of the goodbyes
Then,
as he goes flying off.
Then I'll just kind of like skate down the mountain, and I would also like to peek in on Nat and her cohorts. Not necessarily make myself known, but just as I'm walking around doing all these other things over the past few months, see if I can find sign of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can get another scene where it's like a alleyway and they are both like looking over their gifts, and they're still like kind of showing off with them, and you can tell that they're like looking around to make sure that nobody notices, but you will see that very, very slightly they seem more put together than before. It's hard to pinpoint, but just they seem to be taking better care of themselves.
Good kids. And then I wanted to find Rainier and just tell him to be good, or I'll find you. And
Yeah, I think you find Rainier and Floon, and they're both at the yawning portal there.
and then just to make sure that he knows that I'm not threatening him outright, I'll just ruffle his hair and then leave.
Yeah. Yeah, and he will thank you as well for dealing with the situation and say now he can finally put his past behind him. He doesn't ask you about the gold or seem to pay attention to it, or even wants to know if you have it or anything. He's just happy to be done with it.
And probably over the next few months I'd hang out with the group as long as they manage to stay together, but when people start splintering off and doing their own thing, I'll just hang out with Torin for a few days, or for as long as he stays. But when he goes to Neverwinter, I would like to go see Saphiria's treasure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you definitely can do that. It's not the opening week, but yeah, you managed to see that. Yeah.
And I would, let's see here. I'd like to enter the Field of Triumph at least once, just for funsies, and then I'd like to find Rongquan and make him disappear suddenly, and in his place, like on his desk or something, I'll write out, my name is Rongquan. I was.
I'll say I'm sorry to interrupt you. You ask around, and Ronquan disappeared a few days ago.
Oh, darn. All right, well, then no rest for the wicked, and I am after the wicked, so I'll go and work on destroying the Growlhuns and the Castellantas. And I suppose just when, or if, but when that gets accomplished,
yeah,
they'll just have a little note that says that details the Growlhun's crimes and their their penchant for demon worshipping, and
Mm-hmm.
it's written in first person as if it were Yala penning the note, and then at the very bottom it says, "I have been punished for my crimes and judged."
Mm. What do you do with the note?
I just leave it in their home.
Okay. Yeah, I think we probably get a scene of V's like unsheathing the sword towards and going towards the Castellanter villa. Which I will say, if we want to do a one shot, we could potentially do dealing with them, because that is one of the pre-written layers. So if we want to potentially come back to this group,
Fun.
that might be a good one.
And then when that's done, I'll go find Answered Riddle, as if I haven't been working with him already, because I would like to team up with him and mention that there is strength in numbers, and working with a group is valuable sometimes, Riddle. And then when the Castellanters are dealt with, I'll just walk away and find the next thing that the Divine Dragon requests of me. And
Nice.
head back to the shrine and learn all I can with a fresh new mind and a new outlook on life.
Cool. I have some art for Riddle. I never got to use them, unfortunately, but
Let's go.
we got some Riddle art. Yeah, he was going to pop up at some point, but didn't quite get the chance. But yeah, you and Riddle, we get a scene of you going on the high road to the...
Cool. I'm sure to thank him for stealing my father's sword back.
Mm-hmm. He's going to keep on. He's going to continue the lie. It's depends if you want to insight check him. He will pretend that he stole it and how valiant it was, and make up a lie of how he like trespassed into the pirate ship and all this.
I have full belief that it was him, so I do not need to insight
Mm-hmm. Nice. Cool. Cool. We see V's going on the north road there. Okie doke. Next is Grumbo. This should be good.
I don't want to ruin what anybody else is doing, so I kind of want to go last.
Okay, I will say I will give you a note that Grumbo gets.
Oh shit.
Just in case this changes things. I'm debating whether I should show everyone.
It's not a
or not.
heartfelt apology. It changes nothing.
This is the note you get. Do you see it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah.
What
all right.
the crap?
What?
What is happening?
Oh my god, wait!
I know who this is. So,
Snail Street and Shrimp Alley. It all makes sense.
Could only be one person.
My god. Time to start a rebellion.
Holy
Underground movement. Okay. I guess we'll continue and go back to Grumbo. Let's see, who's next? Gur, I believe.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, so yeah, what do you generally do in the next months? Anything mainly just one man's trash and sprucing the place up and whatnot?
Not just spruce the place up. I want to expand.
Ooh,
Actually get a place in the trades ward.
nice. Yeah, another one man's trash.
No, not just one man's trash. So one man's trash is a place where I gather junk and I change into new things. New place is more of an artsy place.
Ooh, bougie.
It sells books, coffee, art. It's called, that's right, Another Man's Treasure.
hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh wow.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Obviously, Kerr's not going to be the person running it. It's going to be his daughter, Olivia. Vivi's more of the artsy type, more of the book person. She's got a more handle on that. Other than that, thinking about training Nim, taking him on as an apprentice.
Yeah.
How successful is Burn the whole getting a ghost a body thing?
We can make that a roll if you want to roll the what's it called again? Tinker's
tools. Right.
Yeah.
Inventory, Tinkers. Did I roll? Oh. Dang it.
It takes you a long while. Yeah, this is like one of the hardest experiments that you have to run. And it has to deal with like a lot of figuring out how much the ghost can influence, and then trying to like amplify the influence there. It definitely takes a few years. And it's something you're constantly thinking about. But yeah, eventually you manage to get a working nimble right empowered by this spectral entity, and they seem to be more willing to do this after everyone I don't know who is helping with all the refurbishing the manor. Like, I don't know how much everyone's putting in, but it sounds like, I mean, it wouldn't take that much out of the fund. So yeah, they're willing to help out with that.
All right. Other than that, just sort of hanging out with my kids, doing my thing.
Cool. Yeah, I'll say also that word gets out about One Man's Trash. And business is booming, especially after people hear about a hero in the dock ward. A lot of people take a lot of pride in their ward. They're like dock ward portion of Waterdeep. And the fact that this is home to one of the now great heroes of Waterdeep. So we probably get a scene of a lot of people entering in and out of the One Man's Trash. You also, some gnomish inventors want to work under you as apprentices. Is this something you want to take up? Cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, eventually you hear that it seems that they were working for Accel previously. They are pretty open about it, and they're willing to tell you pretty much right away. And a lot of them are looking for employment or opening their own places. They were stationed in the Scarlet Marpanoth, which is a submissible manta ray stationed under the Eye Catcher. And after a while, they'd realize that their captain isn't coming back. And many of them were happy about it. They were paid nicely, but the work conditions were worse and worse. And yeah, they'll complain to you about that. But yeah, they'll just help making some inventions and working with the Gond priests to make some inventions as well.
All right.
Yeah, and we see probably in the coming years like a bunch of these like little inventions improving people's lives. One of them's probably like an automatic dung sweeper after all the stuff you dealt with. So nobody's gonna be forced to dung sweep anymore.
Putting people out of jobs, but
yeah,
it's better for society.
Probably take people's jobs away, but hey, you could create new jobs out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I take the jobs, but I also give free lessons on dung sweeper repair, so that people can get more employment there.
Yeah, they probably have to like work and run the things, repair them. There's some use in that as well. Cool. Yeah. Let's see. Who's next?
I think it's Ebyn.
Ebyn.
To be Ebyn.
Cool.
So
yeah, in the coming months.
Ebyn will spend some time over at Trollskull Manor, and over the course of that time, he will have probably been sucked into his lamp against his will a handful of times,
Yeah.
and he'll have eventually gotten annoyed enough to the point where he'll bring the lamp over probably to Blackstaff to have her tell him what the hell this thing is.
Yeah. I think in the middle of this annoyance, after like a few days pass, you actually get a message addressed to Trollskull Manor and addressed to you.
Oh.
Here's the note. I guess I might as well read it. Hello there, Ebyn. I read about you in the paper the other day. This may be a shot in the dark, but those Kenku did describe a kobold that looks an awful lot like your description. Anyway, that lamp is probably being put to better use than it would be gathering dust in some museum in Baldur's Gate. If you wish to, visit sometime, and maybe we can get to the bottom of the creature behind the lamp. Your friend and neighbor, Rashal, owner of the bookworm, Worm's Treasure.
If that's the case, then Ebyn will have definitely gone there instead.
Nice. Yeah, we get some scenes with some like experiments being run between Rashal and you to figure out how to control this better and eventually not get sucked in the lamp against your will and more siphon the power rather than be controlled by it. Anything else you get up to? I guess there's not really a need to steal things. You probably still have like the want to.
Rich.
Yeah. Sometimes the rush of stealing something, but at this point,
but that'll be in passing and in large crowds at like parades and stuff like that. If there's any particularly low-hanging fruit,
just
Ebyn
something
will
shiny.
definitely seize the opportunity to snap something here and there.
Nice.
But not from material need, but more so habit and the rush.
Mm-hmm. Do you stay in Waterdeep?
Yeah, Ebyn will stay as long as he can, I guess, at Trollskull Manor and try to stay in touch with the rest of the party as best he can.
Cool, yeah. Yeah, after it gets refurbished and everything, there are a bunch of open rooms, so you can jack one of the nicer ones, or you can stay up in the attic.
Yeah, he'll keep that attic.
Yeah. Nice. Anything else you get up to, or?
Nope. I'm just saying, as long as Gur's working on the place, every room is the best room in the house. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they all have different themes to it, probably based on. It's always a place to go back to for everyone's different room by then.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, Krandren. What do you do like the first month?
Okay, well, Krandren will definitely reach out to Rog and the Hobgoblins.
Yeah.
So try to get them back together, and he will convince them to. Well, he will make an effort to convince them to band together and to basically. Krandren's trying to organize a new Kragmaw militia in order to try to clear out the sewers and make a home for themselves there. So one of his first targets would be the Xanathar. With
nice.
Yeah, so that's he's starting this crusade and hopefully showing that since he's been learning this, since he's been learning magic, he's well on his path to becoming a devastator, and will use that to try to become this new leader for the Kragmaw and name for themselves in the city.
Nice. So here's the Xanathar Guild sewer location. So yeah, that could either be a one shot that we run as well. I mean, people could play Hobgoblins. That might be fun. Everyone reading the thing.
A whole bunch of Hobgoblins.
But yeah, we'll say after its success, and Laurel was planning this anyway. Laurel pardons all of your past transgressions, and Waterdeep considers you a free entity, and is willing to give you a high rank within the Lord's Alliance, if you wish to take it. And that is the rank of War Duke, which is quite high up there. And no hero of Waterdeep could be treated as a lesser being. And she promises you to keep a better watch on such things.
Using that position, he's definitely going to find out whatever happened to Yarno. And
so
possibly start making some plans.
We get a scene. One day you're at the market, in a potion shop, and you are waiting on some ingredients to get pulled from the back room. So you are just standing there looking at the goods there. There are some different concoctions, ingredients, and whatnot. And something catches your eye on a invisibility potion. There's a small line of script at the bottom of a label, and it reads this. I'll post it in the chat. Brewed 1493 DR. Yarno's tonics. Neverwinter.
Sick. I love it.
The Lord.
Deep lore.
Man, we turned this guy's life around, man. I love it.
And now
this
Pan wants to kill him.
This guy opened up a store, and now Krandren knows of the location. Yeah.
He will keep that information in his back pocket and start making plans. So that he's trying to establish himself in the city as a force to be reckoned with, and he will probably... He's definitely at least tempted to use that to his own advantage to get some revenge in the future. So...
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. You start doing some research into Yarno's current situation, as well as climbing the ranks and establish yourself. Cool. And then rounding it out with Grumbo, who wants to go last because he doesn't want to kill everyone. I blow up.
He's gonna do it anyways.
I changed my mind. I'm glad I heard everybody's stories. I'll go meet with Harvey Justice. I'll probably give most of my gold away. Imagine I'll give some to Gur. Invest some into the building.
New store.
Yeah, fixing up the troll skull. I'll probably make a contribution to V's and her temple or deity or whatever it is she serves. I'll give some to Torin. I'll probably keep like 1,000 gold just to fund the slander and libel that are gonna sling nonstop at the Blackstaff until
enough to pay off the newspapers to keep running the articles.
Yeah, like I figure 1,000's quite a bit. Like that's quite a bit of gold.
Yeah, that's definitely enough.
But yeah, I'll probably give the rest away and then just kind of come and go as I please from the city. Write some scathing articles about the Blackstaff. Try to get her kicked out of office or, impeached, whatever they call it in the magical realm. But
roll a persuasion check.
Blackstaff.
On these articles.
Unveiled.
If you get a 20, you start like a cult.
Yes.
People want to get rid of the Blackstaff.
Can you use Tides of Awesome?
I'm definitely going to.
You can, but you got to use it for every day you write an article.
Sure.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna roll it.
That's 100 grams.
Yeah, I'm not gonna roll it.
One day there's just an explosion.
It's also 19.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You start a underground fandom that people in the dock ward and across Waterdeep start getting like you're basically the Alex Jones of
It's like
You are
when you go to the
founding
grocery
QAnon.
store.
You,
Those magazines that are at the checkout aisle at the grocery store that are like, you won't believe what Kim K did this week. That's what
my God.
Waterdeep's turning the frogs gay.
Har-
Black staff.
and Harvey helps me keep it within the law and stay out of legal trouble.
There you go. Cool. Yeah, and I guess we get a scene of the what's the donkey's name again? I forget. Lamb. There you go.
Lamb dies of old age, Gareth. That's it.
After
do you
like a
replace
year.
Lamb?
I'm just kidding.
Year? Oh my god.
Yeah, Lamb is like magically irradiated by being in your presence, but yeah, it's never gonna die. It's just boil forever.
Just
Yeah,
like
please.
sick old donkey dragging down the street for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
So who is Lamb really? I mean,
Eventually,
clearly
yeah.
this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eventually, Krandren would have used the helmet telepathy on that thing.
It's the last black staff.
Oh my god, that would be so
You just
fucking
read
good.
its mind and it's just wails and screaming.
Please. This is
God, kill me, please.
just constantly.
Nice.
Yeah, I think we get the last shot of Lamb moving out of town, probably the other direction down south, through the river gate. Just the squeaking wheels as it moves along down the pavement road. And then we get the title and credits, Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
Yeah.
And that's the end. Except for that. Yeah. Except for the after credit scene.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah,
Okay.
after credits, everybody's just
Always
eating
post
shawarma.
credits.
Yeah, you have to wait through all the credits and everyone's moving at the movie theater.
Yeah.
You never leave. You never leave during the credits. People
Yeah.
should have learned that by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people
I
want to
just, I
like.
just looked it up. Does it
Yeah, they
have a stinger?
Yeah.
Mhm. Some people want to avoid traffic, you know. We get a scene on the south side of town here, of the dock ward, bringing everyone's vision there. And we move to a seemingly abandoned wizard tower in the dock ward. Let me reveal this. Call out towers. The stone is old, and much of the structure has dwindled over time. And we're kind of looking up at it on the street level. We look down at the snowy ground, and we see a set of several footprints in the snow, and they're approaching the tower. We follow them to find a group of cloaked figures looking up at the tower. They approach the structure and then look to each other as if to confirm that this is the right place. They pull down their hoods and get ready for a fight. We don't see their faces. What we do see is a set of jade green dragon pins adorning each of their armors.
Oh yeah.
Oh, fuck!
So there's that. And then there's the after credits scene.
After credits.
Next, we get a panning shot of a city deep within the ground. Gouts of purple flames spew and strange from strange spires throughout the city. We circle around one spider-like statue in the center of the city. A drow priestess in black robes stands on a plinth raised above a crowd of onlookers. On the plinth, next to the priestess, is a table with a barely conscious drow male. He struggles against a set of bindings, and has bleeding cuts across his body. His screams are muffled against the web mask. The priestess wails a discordant tune, phrases in Undercommon which sound almost insect-like, with harsh staccato syllables. The crowd begins to chant in unison with the priestess. The priestess pulls a knife out, which looks like a spider's fang. The chanting proceeds faster and faster as the priestess slowly raises the dagger. A high-pitched insectoid screech can barely be heard from the large statue which lords over the scene. The priestess then plunges the dagger down into the chest of the restrained man. He struggles a while and then goes limp, as an excessive amount of blood pours from the table, almost as if it were designed for this sort of extraction. The blood pours down and down off the plinth into the ground, along grooves in the ground. The blood grooves join together into a stream, which then dips beneath the ground. We follow the pouring stream of blood underground until we see its destination. A spider sack, which clearly has the outline of a body in it. The body is lifeless and limp. The blood then quickly soaks into the webbing around the spider sack, turning a deep crimson color. A few moments pass. Then there's a terrible gasping of air coming from the body within the web, as if there were someone coming up from air after suffocating underwater. The gasping person is starting to catch their breath when a high-pitched voice rings within the cavity, deep within the Underdark. You hear the voice.
This time, don't fail me. Now it's time to do it my way.
And that's where we cut black.
The fuck?
For good.
It's gonna get assassinated.
Shit.
Is this Jarlaxle coming
Yeah.
back? What is this?
Yeah, totally.
It's
Yeah.
totally, he failed Lolth, and now he,
What a
Lolth was like,
loser.
"Alright, well, obviously you
What
can't
an
do it."
absolute loser.
Oh god, we're gonna get Drider Jarlaxle. Fuck. That's
Oh
not good.
man.
Holy crap.
Dude, don't you
Yeah.
even worry, man. This is the two parties are gonna team up.
Okay, Ebyn will have
Holy
like
crap.
6 more Warlock levels by the
Okay.
time he shows up.
Uh-huh.
Right?
I'll Gurgib's up adventuring, so no, not even a healer there.
Yeah, just wait for Waterdeep endgame, where there's
my
portals and
my
everyone comes
God.
out of it.
My god.
Yeah.
Like,
Dun,
god.
dun,
I
dun,
literally made the pog face.
Yeah. That would be so good.
Oh, man.
And
Okay,
I closed
well.
my notebook.
Man, now I'm just so
Yeah.
hyped to play Cyrus again.
That's what I'm saying.
There's
it-
multiple openings for one-shots depending on what we want to do.